There's a moment most people miss, not because it hides, but because they keep talking while it arrives. It isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't need a spotlight. It comes away night falls, not with a crash, but with a slow, undeniable shift that changes everything without asking for permission. It's the moment you stop waiting for someone to save you. The moment you stop believing that the world owes you an explanation. You wake up and realize the cavalry isn't coming. The phone stays silent. The room stays empty. And for the first time in your life, you stop negotiating with reality. This is where Stoicism begins. Not in books, not in quotes, not in clever Latin phrases plastered on a coffee mug. It begins in the raw recognition that life doesn't care how badly you want it to be different. Epictetus said, "We suffer not from events, but from our judgment about them." The modern world translates it like this: pain is real, but misery is optional. Look around. Everyone is busy bargaining with what already happened. They replay conversations. They dissect texts. They pray for apologies that will never arrive. You've done it too. We all have. But there's a line you eventually cross when repetition becomes boring. When you finally see that clinging is not love and complaining is not strength, that's when silence walks in. Not the awkward silence you fill with small talk. Not the social silence that screams for validation. This silence is different. It's heavy but not cruel. It's a silence of understanding. The silence that says this is life, and life is enough. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't be." People misunderstand this. They think it means denying pain. It doesn't. It means refusing to hand your soul over to it. You can lose a job, lose a lover, lose a plan you swore was perfect, but you do not have to lose yourself. Pause here. Let that land. Because a culture will tell you that power is noise, that strength is proving them wrong, that healing is a performance you must post online. But the ancients knew better. Power isn't the speech. It's in the restraint. Strength isn't in the clapback. It's in the refusal to be baited. The person who controls themselves controls the world, not because the world bends to them, but because nothing the world does can break the inner citadel they built brick by brick in the quiet. Seneca called it the fortress within. Your reason, your character, your ability to decide what any external event will mean. No thief can steal it. No lover can betray it. No tragedy can touch it unless you open the gate. And here's a paradox that every Stoic lives with. You become untouchable not by hardening your heart, but by softening your grip. People think letting go means you don't care. It's the opposite. It means you care in the right way. Without clinging, without ownership, without the desperate hope that life will obey your script. Imagine holding a handful of sand. Squeeze it, and it spills to your fingers. Relax, and it stays. That's detachment. That's love without chains. It's how you survive heartbreak without turning bitter. It's how you face failure without collapsing. It's how you age without fear. Modern society calls it moving on. The Stoics called it virtue. Same truth, different language. They practiced it daily. Not once, but every morning. Because freedom isn't a single choice. It's 1,000 micro decisions to stay anchored when the storm tries to drag you out to sea. Pause again. Feel your breath. Feel the chair under you. This moment is all you truly own. Everything else, status, money, romance, recognition, is rented. Life can repossess it at any time. That's not depressing. That's clarity. When you know what's temporary, you finally see what's eternal. Your character, your reason, your ability to act with justice, courage, wisdom, and self-control. That's it. That's the whole game. The rest is noise. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You start noticing how much energy people waste trying to bend reality. You start noticing how light you feel when you stop. The first few days are strange. Friends might think you're distant. Family might call you cold. They're used to the old you, the one who chased every opinion, reacted to every insult, and explained every decision. Let them talk. You owe no explanation for the peace you choose. This isn't arrogance. It's discipline. It's the discipline to stop feeding every fire that tries to burn your attention. the Roman emperor who commanded armies rode in the quiet of his tent. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Read that again. At any moment. That's the power you carry right now. Not tomorrow. Not after closure. Not after they apologize. Now, all you have to do is revoke your permission for the world to define your state. This is not easy, but it is simple. Every breath, every thought, every choice is an opportunity to practice. You don't need a perfect morning routine. You don't need a mountain retreat. You don't need anyone to understand. You just need the courage to stop arguing with what is, because once you stop arguing, you start living. The world thinks freedom is loud. It sells you the fantasy of exotic trips, cars that growl, crowds that cheer when you enter a room. But real freedom doesn't sound like an engine. It sounds like a deep exhale. It sounds like a mind that no longer argues with itself. The Stoics called this fortress the ruling principle. It isn't a wall you hide behind. It's a space you carry inside, stronger than any fortress of stone, because no one can breach it unless you swing the gate open yourself. Every day you're tested, not with epic battles, but with small temptations that chip away at your sovereignty. The email that demands an instant reply, the text that pulls you back into drama, the comment that dares you to defend yourself. Each one whispers, react, prove yourself, give us your peace. And each time you stay still, each time you breathe instead of bite, you lay another brick in the fortress. This is not passivity. It's precision. It's choosing action over reaction. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but spent his nights reminding himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about that. A man with armies, gold, and absolute authority still understood that the only throne that mattered was the one inside his skull. What's the first step to building yours? Step 1. Name what you can control. Not what you wish you could. Not what people told you you should. Only what actually sits inside your circle of power. Your thoughts. Your choices. Your character. That's it. Everything else is weather. People will betray. Markets will crash. Bodies will age. Traffic will snarl. You can scream at the sky, but storms don't stop for shouting. When you name what's yours and release what isn't, you stop being a victim of weather. Step 1. Name what you can control. Not what you wish you could. Not what people told you you should. Only what actually sits inside your circle of power. Your thoughts. Your choices. Your character. That's it. Everything else is weather. People will betray. Markets will crash. Bodies will age. Traffic will snarl. You can scream at the sky, but storms don't stop for shouting. When you name what's yours and release what isn't, you stop being a victim of weather. Step 2. Train in discomfort. Comfort is a slow poison. It makes you soft. It convinces you that ease is normal and struggle is failure. The Stoics trained the opposite way. They wore coarse clothes, ate simple meals, took cold baths, and walked barefoot in winter, not because they hated pleasure, but because they refused to be ruled by it. Seneca wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, saying to yourself, is this the condition I feared? Try it. Skip the luxury. Fast for a day. Take the harder path on purpose. You'll discover something shocking. What you feared was never that bad. And when life forces discomfort on you, you'll already be fluent in it." Step 3. Practice negative visualization. Sounds grim, but it's freedom. Close your eyes and imagine losing what you love most. Not to torture yourself, to wake yourself. The Stoics did this to burn away entitlement and spark gratitude. When you picture the absence, the present shines. The coffee tastes richer. The friend's laugh cuts deeper. The body you have feels like a miracle instead of complaint. This isn't morbid. It's medicine. It teaches you to love without chains. Step 4. Journal like a warrior. Marcus didn't write his meditations for an audience. He wrote to himself, a nightly sparring match between his higher reason and his restless impulses. Do the same. Write the truth, especially the ugly parts. The page doesn't judge. It trains. Each sentence is a weight rep for the soul. Each admission is a step toward mastery. Step 5, align action with virtue. Virtue is not a museum word. It's the Stoic North Star. Wisdom, justice, courage, self-control. These aren't decorations. They're instructions. They tell you how to live when the crowd pulls you sideways. Ask yourself every night, did I act with wisdom? Did I treat people justly? Did I show courage? Did I restrain what needed restraint? If the answer is no, don't collapse. Correct. Tomorrow is another rep. This is the quiet revolution of Stoicism. No slogans, no applause, only a slow, relentless commitment to live by principles instead of moods. And here's the hidden reward. When you live this way, life stops feeling like a fight, because the fight was never outside. It was always between your reason and your reflex. You will still feel grief. You will still feel anger. You will still feel fear, but you will not become them. Feelings visit. Virtue stays. That's the fortress. That's the freedom. Let people gossip. Let luck turn. Let seasons change. You remain, not because nothing touches you, but because nothing owns you. Pause here. Notice the breath. Notice how much of this is already within you. The world will try to sell you power, but the greatest power is the one you don't have to buy. It's the unshakable calm of mind disciplined to meet life as it is. And once you taste it, no price tag will ever impress you again. Theory is easy. Practice is where the fire burns. The ancients never meant Stoicism to be a hobby of clever words. It was a battlefield philosophy, built for emperors and slaves, merchants and soldiers, parents and lovers. Its wisdom lives in the mess, not in the ivory tower. Let's walk into the mess together. 1. Love without chains. Love is beautiful. Love is dangerous. The world confuses attachment for affection. It tells you to prove devotion by clinging, by owning, by demanding. But the Stoic loves like an open hand. Marcus Aurelius kissed his children each morning while silently imagining that life might take them before nightfall. Not to poison the moment, but to deepen it. To love someone fully, you must accept that they are on loan from fate. Your partner is not yours. Your friends are not yours. Even your own body is rented space. When you see this, jealousy fades. Neediness dissolves. Every shared laugh becomes a miracle, not an entitlement. This is not coldness. It's clarity. It's loving without trying to cage. The paradox? People feel safer around someone who does not try to trap them. Your calm becomes a gravity. They stay because they want to, not because they must. 2. Ambition without slavery. Ambition can build empires. Ambition can also build prisons. Society celebrates the grind, but the Stoic questions the chain. What do you truly want? Power? Status? Wealth? Or the quiet joy of a soul at peace? Seneca served emperors, but warned, it is not the man who is too little, but the man who craves more, that is poorer. Pursue excellence. Build. Create. But never trade your freedom for applause. Work like a sculptor, not to impress the crowd, but to honor the craft. Let success be a byproduct, not a leash. 3. Facing loss is inevitable. Aging, illness, death, these are not glitches in the system. They are the system. The Stoics rehearsed this daily. They called it memento mori. Remember you must die. This is not gloom. It is fuel. When you remember death, you stop wasting time. You stop postponing gratitude. You stop living as if tomorrow has signed a contract to arrive. You pick up the phone and forgive. You watch the sunset without the urge to photograph it. You savor a single piece of bread like it's a feast. Life becomes urgent and luminous because you know nothing is guaranteed. For the discipline of action, all philosophy collapses if it does not lead to action. Epictetus warned, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. It's easy to talk about self-control. Harder to hold your tongue when someone insults you. It's easy to praise courage. Harder to speak truth when silence would be safer. It's easy to admire justice. Harder to treat the powerless with the same respect as the powerful. The real measure of Stoicism is not how much you know, but how you live when nobody is watching. Every sunrise is a training ground. Every inconvenience is a drill. Every interaction is a chance to practice virtue. You don't need perfect conditions. You need a willing heart. 5. The unshakable mind. Imagine a life where insults bounce off like rain on stone, where delays don't ignite rage, where success doesn't intoxicate and failure doesn't crush. This is not fantasy. It is the fruit of daily discipline. It begins with one breath, one pause, one choice to respond, not react. Do it once, then again, until it becomes your second nature. The world will still swirl with chaos, but you will be the calm center that nothing can break. Look back at the journey. Part 1 taught you to stop negotiating with reality. Part 2 showed you how to build the fortress within. Part 3 brings a fortress into love, work, and loss. This is the art of not caring about the wrong things, so you can care fiercely about the right ones. You will still feel pain. You will still grieve. You will still love. But you will not beg. You will not break. You will not hand your peace to a world that never promised to protect it. The Stoics would tell you, you are already free. Not someday. Not after success. Now, your task is to live like it. Start today. Start small. Start with the next breath. Choose virtue over noise. Choose action over reaction. Choose to build a life that needs no permission to be whole. The rest is weather. Let it pass. Stand where you are. Breathe. And remember, no one can touch the fortress you build inside.